Here now is Craig Snyder, campaign director for Haley Voters for Harris. He's also the chief political strategist for the Pennsylvania Forward Party and the author of the new political fiction novel, Guile. Hey, you know what? How much work do you have to do to push this boulder up the hill right now, short of Nikki Haley coming out and standing by your side?
Well, we know that's not going to happen. The governor has made her choice to support Donald Trump, and we respect her decision. But it really doesn't, I think, weigh very heavily in the minds of these voters. These are independent-minded folks who went out and voted against Donald Trump, principally in the primary here in Pennsylvania. It's a closed primary system, no independents, no Democrats, only registered Republicans. And as you pointed out, 158,000, including me, voting for Haley because we didn't want the Trump Republican Party to stay in power. So I don't think that the position of the governor has really that much to do with what folks are going to do. They are looking at Vice President Harris, and they're making up their mind about her. And that's what our ads are really designed to help them do, give them factual information and move them towards that decision. Many of them may never have voted for a Democrat for president before, but this time we think they should and they will.
So right now you're battling, will they, swallow that tough pill and vote for Harris? Do they abstain from voting at all, or do they go, well, I've always voted Republican, I vote for Trump? Which bucket do you think the most fall right now?
Well, look, there's not really sort of very concrete data about this, but I'll tell you the best data that we've been able to see says that somewhere between 25 and 40% of the Haley voters are open to, if not having already decided, to vote for Kamala Harris. And that's a greater percentage of this sort of voter, the center-right voter, than voted for Joe Biden in 2020. So these folks, that marginal difference really could be the whole ball game in Pennsylvania, which is a game of inches. It's going to be decided, I think, by a very, very small number of votes. This could be those votes that do decide it. So that's what we're targeting. We're targeting somewhere between 25 and 40% of these voters to get them over that last sort of bridge to vote for the vice president, to show them, and as our ads are really designed to do, to show them that she's a person of the center. She's not a radical leftist, the way the Trump campaign is trying to depict her. When they hear that, they hear her position on the deficit, on the border, on inflation, on support for Ukraine, a whole bunch of issues where she is closer to Nikki Haley than Donald Trump ever was.
As a center-right voter, Craig, what is it about Donald Trump? And is it this just election cycle? Was it 2020 and January 6th? What is it that was for you the turning point?
So it's a different journey for different folks, obviously. I've been, what the press calls a never Trumper all the way back to 2016. Most of these voters, the Haley voters in this primary, are not. Many of them have voted for Trump at least once, some of them twice, some of them three times when you include primary elections. And they've changed their mind. For some, it is January 6th and his refusal to have engaged in a peaceful transfer of power like every other president of the United States has ever done. For some, it's all the legal cases against him. He is, in fact, a convicted felon. And for others, it's just a desire to sort of embrace the change in generation and the change in spirit that the Harris campaign has injected into our politics. It's people talk about joy. Joy is a good thing. We can embrace it.
Joy is a good thing, but there's a lot that people say, I can't vote for her, I don't know enough about her, or I'm unhappy with what the Biden administration has done. I don't feel more economically sound. I feel like the border is out of control. The global threats we face are greater now as a result of the last 3 years. What do you say to those concerns and challenges?
Well, the advertising that we're doing directly addresses all of that. We believe that, look, vice presidents don't, in fact, make policy. They support the policy of the incumbent president. That's our history. That's our tradition. What the vice president has done now is to lay out an agenda for the future, a new way forward, as she puts it. And when you look at that agenda, when it comes to inflation and costs, when it comes to the border, when it comes to crime, and when it comes to America's place in the world, in every one of those areas, her positions are, and this may sound strange, but it's true, they are closer to Ronald Reagan's than they are to Donald Trump's.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.